Hi everyone, welcome back to BIMKLUE Revit tutorial. In this session, we're going to complete our window grill here. So this will be fall under a category of Windows families. Okay, so I'm going to create a Louvre grill windows over here. Okay, I'm going to use the generic model. I'm going to start with this new, then we go to the family here. Then we can go to English. Then we start with generic model. Okay. So from this drawing here, we can see the Louvre's size is 50 mm, and then the spacing also is 50 mm. Then the thickness will be 100 mm, and then compared to the edge of the wall, here will be another 150 mm. Okay, so I'm going to create a generic model over here with some parameters, so I can change the height of the Louvre according to my needs. Okay, so first of all, go back to the family editor environment. So this is family editor instead of project environment. In this user interface, we can create a 3D geometry by using these tools provided by Revit. Okay, it's different compared to the project environment where we have architecture, structure, system, steel, precast, all this kind of tab here. Okay, in family editor we only have create, insert, annotate, view, manage, and so on. Okay, so first of all, I'm going back to this level 1 here, this level 1. So I'm going to measure the width of these windows, so it's 1000. Okay, I'm going to fix the window width to 1000. Okay, so I'm going to create one extrusion here, the first page, 1000. Oh, sorry, this is 150, and this is 1000. Then we move it to the center, and then I'm going to give this thickness as 100. So this will act as a base for my Louvre. Okay, so next I'm going to create my Louvre. So if you want to go to the 3D view to have a look, so click on this small icon here, it will bring you to the 3D look. Okay, so next from the front view, then I'm going to create one reference plane. I'm going to create then reference plane. I draw one reference plane here, and I'm going to dimension this reference plane, and then we set this as the height of the windows. Okay, then we click on this here, this small button here, then we're going to set this as height. Then this is the type parameters. So if you want to know more about type and instance parameters, I can explain more in the coming session. Okay, so in this session I'm going to just use the type parameters. Okay, so now we have assigned our parameters here. Okay, so next I'm going to here the plan view, and I'll start to draw my extrusion of the Louvre. Okay, so use the rectangle tool, draw my first Louvre here. I know the width is 50 mm, and then this is also 50 mm. So let's double check. I go back to this plan view here, so 100 mm, this is 50 mm. Okay, so that's, we're going to change this to 100 mm. So this is the one. Then we go back to our level 1 again. So we know there's some gaps over here. So this is 25. and this is also 25 mm. Okay, then we can go back to our family editor, move this box to 25 mm to the right, and we copy this one 100 mm because we know the spacing is 50 mm. Okay, by selecting this, then we click on copy, then we snap on here, then continue copy, click here, multiple, snap to here, and put here. We can continuously copy the Louvres. Okay, so this is the extrusion of the Louvres. Click the green tick, then finish our extrusion. Then we go back to the front view again. So this is my extrusion. So I'm going to snap this to the base here. Then we can see a small padlock here. Then we lock this one. So if I move this box here, so the Louvres will automatically follow. Okay, let's say I change this back to 50 mm. Okay, it will follow. So next, I'm going to create this extrusion here, another extrusion at the top as the top support of this Louvres. Click on this extrusion, then we create an extrusion here. Make sure we use the align tool to align this pin line to here. Okay, then we have 50 mm over here at the top. Okay, let's, without doing anything first, let's before that I'm going to click this finish button. So we finish our extrusion. So let's say if I change my height of this parameters here, dragging this reference plane, so it will change accordingly. Okay, so now I'm going to move this Louvres to here, then I lock this here. Okay, so now if I change this height, so it will create some arrow over here because you see if I drag this, so it is locked by this Louvres. Okay, so let's undo. So how are we going to solve this? We're going to detach it first, or if you cannot detach it, so we're going to edit this extrusion. Let's say I want it to be always 50 mm. Remove constraint, 50 mm, then select this 50 mm, dimension this, and then click on this dimension, then I lock this. Okay, finish. Then if I move the reference plane now, you see the top piece will move accordingly. Then now I lock this Louvres to the bottom of here, then lock. Now I move my reference plane. It will move. Okay, so what I need to do is I use the align tool, align reference plane to here, then I lock it some more. So now I move this one, it will move accordingly. Okay, so here become our Louvres. So I'm going to set the height later in the project environment. Okay, so first now I'm going to select everything here. So if you select the thing here, make sure you're clicking a selection filter to check whether we only select the generic model. Okay, because sometimes we will accidentally pick some lines that we are not going to modify it. Then okay, delete this one. Let's say I've just given an example. Okay, let's go to here and draw a line, draw a model line here. Okay, I'm going to 3D view, I select everything here, then I use the selection filter. I can see there are generic models and a line over here. Okay, let's say I only want to select my lines. I untick the generic model, click apply. Okay, then I only select my lines, then I click delete, then I can delete the things precisely. Okay, so okay, select everything again. Now the material here, we click on this small button here, then we assign Louvre. Let's leave it at type parameters, then okay. So now we have our material assign parameters. I won't assign any material here in this family editor environment. I'm going to assign it in my project environment. Okay, so load and save to my save change to my online project here. Save to here, do it. Window. Save. Before that, one thing I forget is we need to go back to the edit family. We're going to this family category and parameters. Click on here. We're going to tell Revit that this is Windows. Okay. So if you tell this is the window, when you do the Windows scheduling, so it will extract this information as Windows. Okay. So the scheduling I won't talk in this session here, but I will cover it in the later stage. Okay. Override. So now we have our Louvre here. Let's rotate it 90 degrees. Then we go to here. Then let's check this view. Okay. Then we go back to the family editor. Because we see the extrusion here and here there's a discrepancy. Okay. So go to the left view. So I'm going to align this extrusion to this line. Okay. Then we load it back again. So now I have my Louvre here. Okay. So let's see how can I adjust my height. Okay. We go to this level 1 again. I'm going to create one opening here, wall opening, which is 1 meter wall opening. Okay. Rotate this section view. I'm going to do this at this elevation. Go to view, then I'm going to cut the opening here. So edit profile, edit the wall profile, then I'm going to cut this opening from here until here. Then let's leave some curve over here to prevent the water going into the house later. Click finish, then this is your Louvre opening. Then move this up to the wall curve, align it to the bottom. So this is your Windows Louvre. Okay. So how to change our height? Remember that just now we have assigned our parameters to this Louvre. So we know the height of the opening is 2550. Then we click on this Louvre here and click on edit type. So this is our type parameters 2550. Apply. Okay. So now we've changed our height of Louvre here. Okay. So let's go to the 3D view here to have a look. So this is our Louvre windows. Okay. If you want to change the material here, now click on this one, go to edit type. We have assigned the Louvre material. So click on this blank place here. There are 3 dots over here. then you can change your material here. Okay, if you want it to be timber, let's say I want it to be timber woods, use a balcony timber deck, then apply, then okay, so this will become our timber woods. Okay, so it's quite fun to doing this kind of modeling, changing the parameters and then assign your material. So when you click on this one, then most importantly is this is already categorized under Windows. Okay, so if you are still in generate model, then you need to change it to the Windows family. Okay, so I think that's all for this session. Next session I'm going to do our sliding door over here, because we still have one sliding door here haven't settled yet. We'll use the door family to model sliding door over here, or we can also just use the same way, use the generic model, and then we model an opening here, then we put in our pocket sliding door here. Okay, so that's all for this session. Thanks for joining.